I'm John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're doing a review demo of the Guild S-200 T-Bird. Now, if I got my guitar history right, this was first introduced in 1963, and I think that's where we got this, this crazy shape, because, we were deep. America was deep in the space program right now, or right then. We were sending, building rockets, and that kind of took over the. You could see that influenced everything in cars, in guitars, or whatever. So this futuristic George Jetson-y kind of thing was built out of that. Muddy Waters is probably my favorite guy who played one of these. If you look at the YouTube stuff of him in Copenhagen in 1968, he's playing it. In fact, his whole band is, the other guitar player and the bass player. And he was playing it with a thumb pick and capoing it on the 5th fret, which is really weird, but that's kind of how he spent most of his time on it. Anyway, that's a brief history of this very cool guitar that they've reissued, and I'll tell you all about it after I tell you about how we're recording it. In short, I'm plugging the Guild directly into this Fender Supersonic amp. I'm going between the clean and dirty channel. They're both basically flat. On the dirty channel, I put a little more high into it and rolled down the bass a little bit because I was on that neck pickup playing and it got a little bit muddy. We're miking with a Royer R121 mic that's going into an Apogee Quartet and into Pro Tools. So just plugging straight into an amp and blowing and going. Okay, so here's the details. Mahogany body, as I had mentioned earlier. The neck is a comfortable C-shaped 22 frets, 4.75 scale, block inlay, bound, kind of just a classy look. This whammy bar is like the original Hegstrom vintage trem thing, but they say it stays in tune better than the original, but it's a cool throwback kind of whammy bar. And I think if you dig into it too much, you're gonna have some problems, but we'll get into that later on. But it's for subtle stuff, pretty cool. I wouldn't want to dive bomb it, but that's very cool. Next ingredients, we've got these open back tuners that are pretty cool. I like that old school vibe there. The pickups are interesting. There are these two LB1 little humbucker Alnico 5s. And they're full humbuckers, but with this section right here, you can go into a single coil-ish type thing. Which brings us to the controls. The controls are a little baffling. Like I said, I think they were influenced by spaceships because it seems way more complicated than it needs to be. In short, it comes down to this right here, which will put you in either mode 1, which is just the neck pickup, and when you're in mode 1, it's just a neck with a volume and a tone. Now, I don't know why they couldn't use that volume and tone, but that's how they did it. So that's in mode 1. Now, if you put it in mode 2, you're no longer engaging these, you're now engaging these. And in short, it's like this. This is an on-off for the bridge. This is an on-off for the neck. You can either have them alone or combined. And this crazy little switch right there, I think it's a capacitor that gives it a single coil-y kind of sound. Or it might be a full single coil. I wasn't completely clear, but I think it's a capacitor because it seems very quiet. I don't notice a lot of single coil buzz, 60 cycle hum when I put it there. So I think that's kind of the way it works. A capacitor giving you that single coil-ish tone. So those are the basic ingredients. Let me just kind of run through these switches, the sounds, and show you what it does. So when we came in, I started on the neck pickup in the using the mode 2, because mode 2 does everything mode 1 does. So I did that to give me a little more sonic varieties. So we started on the neck pickup in full humbucker mode, and it sounds like this. just a cool tone. But if you engage this little white switch right there, it's going to make it more kind of a singly coily, like almost kind of stratty. Now, one downside of that being right there is that if you really dig into it, you can inadvertently turn it off. So that might be a little design flaw, but then again, it's part of the charm. So that's the neck, both with the humbucker and the single coily thing. Let's put a little dirt on it and see what it does. You can see that the biggest difference, I think, when you go between the single coil and the full humbucker is you get a lot more bottom end with that single coil, or with that humbucker. Anyway, good tones in there. Now let's explore having both of them on both pickups at the same time. It's a cool tone. Go to the single coil. You know, I think maybe one of the reasons Muddy Waters did gravitate towards this guitar is it's, when that bridge is engaged, it gets pretty shrill. And because he spent so much time on that red Telecaster, it would have been kind of a, you know, a close cousin to that. Speaking of Muddy Waters, let's go to the bridge. I think that's where he spent most of his time. In the bridge, and pretty clean. It's funny, it's really got almost kind of a surfy thing. You know, if we like yeah, that may not be something you can pull out all the time, but it's a cool tone. So if the bridge seems a little high-endy there, let's go into single coil mode and see what it does there. It's a cool tone. Like I said, kind of that whole Muddy Waters high-end thing makes sense. So now let's put a little dirt on that bridge. You can see what it does like that. Here's single coil. You know, it doesn't, you know, in the dirt mode with that single coil, it's not like, I kind of like it there. It really does, it just cuts a little bit better. So there it is, the basic details on the Guild S-200 T-Bird. It's really cool that they went to the trouble to reissue this guitar because they were very hard to find. And now anybody can go out and get one, which I think it's great. They probably had the patent laying around and figured, why not give the people what they want? To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook and subscribe to our ever-growing YouTube channel. This is John Bollinger. Till next time, let's take it out in mode 1.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on premierguitar.com.